computer, am I fucking idiot? I always have it in my pocket, dude.
Right.
Pornhub's lost it.
What do you mean?
They got rid of all their unverified videos.
Yeah, there's some good ones that were
Yeah,
lost.
it's a real shame you can't get your underage girls now, Dylan.
I know, so I've switched sites. So
Welcome to the Truffle Shuffle Podcast, episode 17. That's a great way to start it off, everybody.
I did not give my consent, everyone. There will be a
Neither did those girls.
Minors cannot consent.
All right, what episode is this? What is this?
16, 17?
16?
We don't fucking know.
Where are we
We'll get it in
right
post.
now?
We'll get it in post.
Okay, welcome everybody to episode 16 or 17 of Truffle Shuffle Podcast.
Might be
Have
18.
Have you missed us? Because we've missed you.
17 is Dylan's favorite number because it's not 18.
Oh, fuck you. I was like, wait, what?
Oh,
Well, all right, so let's start it off. Clay, you're going to be mad at me.
no.
I had a relapse.
Tell us.
no.
Tell us what you did.
I was at work the other day,
Oh boy.
and I thought, you know what, I don't want to go home and make chicken and rice. So
Fuck you.
I went to Taco Bell, and all they did was piss me off again.
That's why I don't go anymore.
I know, no, it literally just reconfirmed. I was like, fuck these people. I was like, I went in and I was like, if I'm going hard. So I got like 4 of my favorite things. No, listen,
If I'm going to be a fat piece,
Oh my god.
I'm like, if
You
I'm only
fat
going to
fuck.
do this once every couple months, then I'm going to go hard. 3 out of 4 things were wrong.
And they were all the same.
What was
thing.
the fourth
3
thing?
Huh?
What was the fourth thing?
No, what was the 4 things? Let's hear what Dylan.
Okay, so
Taco
I got
Bell
a
ordered.
cheesy gordita crunch,
Mm-hmm.
Always the best.
which is the
$4, by
which
the
is-
way.
It's yeah. Okay, so
You spent
I-
a lot of money there.
So I went in, and first thing I noticed, I was like, "Your menu is different again." I tried to go into the lobby, but of course it's locked, even though it says we're open.
because COVID.
No, because they just don't want to clean
No,
it.
I don't want to get COVID, dude. Careful.
And then I looked in the door, and there was at least 6 people behind the counter.
But like, you don't want to get COVID.
I
if
know,
you go
I
in.
know. Are we still in that?
Yep.
I thought it disappeared.
No.
Fauci just said it was over.
Oh, goodness gracious, because
There goes our
Fauci is
AdSense.
God.
There goes our AdSense. Fuck it. While we're at it, Biden said that it doesn't matter anymore. Everybody should be focused on Ukraine.
Well, of
Except
course it doesn't matter. We
he's-
got midterms coming up.
Biden's going to be
It's gone.
skipping the lunch part of whatever big things coming up because of COVID concerns.
Did you say the lunch part?
Yeah.
All he has is applesauce, dude.
It's
That's
all
what
he
the home
can,
gives
It's all he
him.
can process.
All right.
Alright, so
Anyway,
anyways,
you ordered. What was the 4
Sure,
things you
yeah.
ordered? We just went fucking
So
wild.
I
on that
try to
one.
walk into the lobby and it's locked, and I'm like, they're like looking at me, and I'm like that Eric Andre, let me in. I'm like,
Give me the garbage.
so then I get back in my car and I'm like, fuck you, I'm gonna go through the drive-through. So I do, and I got the cheesy gordita crunch,
Good
2
choice.
of my spicy
Potato.
soft tacos.
Carmen gets this all the time.
And then I got a it was supposed to be some like chicken chipotle wrap thing, something like that. I don't know what it was. But so whenever I finally get back to the school to
Bonk. Sorry about
when
that.
I get back to the school to eat my lunch. And also the girl was giving me the death stare because when I'm in the drive-through window, she hands me the thing.
fucking hate when people
And
do
then
this. I'm sorry.
I open the bag and I make sure that my items are there, and I made sure I had sauce. And
I
she
get
seemed-
so embarrassed. I went with him one time.
Oh, I don't
to
give a
Wendy's.
shit. If get my order right twice in a row, and then we'll talk, okay? Because
Yep.
we never get it right.
Fool me again, can't get fooled again. So we go to Wendy's and we park at the window, and I get the bag, and he's like, "Hold on," and I was like, "Dude, there's 3 bags there. Like they're 4 for 4s. They're gonna be right." And he was like, "1 bag. Okay, that one's right." And I'm just sitting there awkwardly next to the person, and their window's still open. I'm just,
I don't give a shit. I will look through the bag to make sure. That
How
get
dare
it right.
you judge this man for being based? How dare you?
he's not based on anything else, like age.
Ayo.
if their age is not on the
No,
clock.
no, 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 no.
Do not finish that thought.
You knew what the sentence was.
It gets the cock. Anyway,
If you're not on the clock, you can get the cock.
that is a joke, Biden.
Oh.
We're just trying to get rid of all AdSense that we can possibly get from YouTube.
We
so-
sponsor ourselves now. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah,
Oh yes, this episode of Truffle Shuffle Podcast is sponsored by Truffle Shuffle Podcast. More on that later. Now, oh, there it is on your screen.
those guys are very,
Yo.
very good looking, especially that redhead. Damn it.
I know. I tell you something right there. Anyway, so so I get back and I'm looking. The Gordita Crunch is the only thing that's right. The chicken chipotle thing is a beef and onion
Ew.
burrito or something like that. It's just a completely wrong fucking item.
I don't think that exists. I think they were like, just shotgun some shit in and hope it's right.
It was something I was like, I've never had this before. And then my 2 spicy potato things were the
Grossed
potatoes.
out by beef and onion burrito.
Yeah, it was a weird
Ugh.
thing. The spicy potatoes had no sauce, no cheese,
No potatoes.
and no lettuce.
I was like, you said no potatoes.
It was literally a
potato.
tortilla with a few pieces of potato thrown in there.
Well, that's like what it
Both
is.
of them. Both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Why would they make them different?
I was
If
like,
they're gonna be
oh.
lazy pieces of shit, why make them?
I would be a dick and just do one really nice one and make sure that's on top of the really shitty one. So the guy's like eating it and he's like, "Oh man, that was fantastic." Bites into the next one, he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's so airy.
And again, these people are making $16 an hour.
Maybe. I don't know.
Most fast food
We know.
places are paying their.
They're
So anyway,
making
so
more
I
than
I
most
went
of us.
back after all this time, and it only pissed me off. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, chicken and rice.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, after you got all 4 of your items, you went back home and actually made chicken and rice too?
No,
He
no,
ate
no,
the
no,
shit
no.
out of them, okay? And then he said,
And then-
"Fuck it, fuck it."
I said, I'm not
I
going-
paid
said, I'm not going back.
$35 for this. I'm going to eat it.
It's very expensive now. Like,
But yeah,
cheesy
no,
gordita crunch is
Their
like
menu was
$4.
their menu was all different, and all their prices were up.
So cheesy
Again.
gordita crunch. When I worked right behind a Taco Bell, we used to go there for lunch all the time. And cheesy gordita crunch was like $2.50. Now it's like $4.97. And I was sitting there the other when I forget how long ago this was, probably a month or two. We pull up to the thing and I'm like, cheesy gordita crunch. I was like, oh okay, $4. What comes with it? I was
See,
like-
the prices
I
are
even
getting so
had-
high. I
but
thought
it's-
the price was the calorie count.
but the worst is when you ask, and then you get the. I was like, "Hey, what all comes with the cheesy gordita crunch thing
Cheese,
for $4?" He goes,
Gordita and crunch.
"Oh, that's the new price." And I was like, "Oh, I will take
Okay,
one."
well, how do I get out of line?
All right, I'm gonna back up.
It's a 1 lane, guys.
I'm out.
But yes, so no, I don't. But honestly, whenever I had it after all this time, again, it wasn't the food I missed; it was the convenience.
Oh, I miss the food.
Oh.
Taco Bell sounds so good. Now we
No,
freaking
see,
talked
I
about
don't
it.
want Taco Bell. I want Red Robin.
Red Robin.
You want to go Red
Yum.
Robin after this?
Hmm?
You want to go to Red Robin after this?
I will ditch my family to get some Red Robin.
Don't you have like Family Day?
I just said I will ditch my family for Red Robin.
He
I
also
told
has.
you he's wearing a world's best,
Best
dad hat that he bought for himself at Spencer's.
Ew, no. Amazon.
No, that would be world's best daddy.
I bought it on
World's best dilf.
Ew.
Ew. Man, maybe I should go.
Cookies and dilf. What can you go?
They
for Red
lactate
Robin? What
themselves.
do you got going on?
Huh?
You don't have shit going on, do you?
Hey,
Yeah, I do.
What?
you know what? I say we all go to Red Robin.
You have a family.
I'll bring them. Or I'll ditch
Well,
them.
I'm out. I'm good.
Then I will ditch them. And then I will show back up here for Skate World.
Your wife will not allow that.
My wife does not control everything in my life. She controls most things.
Just
Fake
not
news.
breathing.
That's fake news.
Just not breathing, drinking water. And
What
do you
was it
have-
that I-
What do you have going on? No, what's so important that you will ditch
Yeah,
your
Dylan.
friends to not go to Red Robin?
Well, I've got my girl waiting back at my house.
I
and
got
then
my
also-
girl.
Oh, the fleshlight.
No.
Oh, fleshlight.
No, I took
Oh,
it
your
out-
girlfriend.
She has a name, Dylan.
I took the fleshlight out of the minion plushie, so it's fine.
Ew.
Ew.
Is that why this is sitting here? There's an empty tissue box.
Yes, I
over
need
here.
quite the long slit there.
Like a hot dog down a hallway.
We don't talk about
Oh
that.
my god. I'm so gross.
No, but the family's up for Steven's tournament, so I got to let the dog out and watch the dog.
Steven's tournament. What's he doing?
Well, we
Pool.
can get it,
Like
and we can.
in the pool or billiards?
No, he's playing pool while
In
in,
the pool.
a floaty. So he's
So
it's
what
a
he
really
does is he just
complex
has a
sport.
floaty and he runs around the yard going, "I'm in a pool."
And then we
You know,
get
that
Joe
sounds
Biden
like
and put him
Steven.
back in the White House.
Oh shit.
He doesn't listen to this.
He doesn't know this exists.
Most people do, Dylan.
All right, let's move on to some current topics, shall we? The big one. Drum roll, please. Can we get a drum roll? Elon Musk has bought Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. $44 billion.
Freedom has been brought back to speech.
Well,
Was it
I don't-
48 billion?
44.
44.
$44
billion
That's a lot of money.
dollars.
What I saw a video. It really made me laugh. Some girl put this up. Like somebody tweeted
I saw it.
saying, like, I wonder.
of people with
No, like I wonder what 44 billion could have done for the climate crisis. And then some girl was like, I don't know, Rebecca. It's almost like he could make electric cars.
It's not wrong.
But
Not wrong.
But I saw another one that had like a picture of like all the politicians, like it had all of them. It had like Kamala, Biden, Pelosi, Trump, Bush, all that, and it said spends like 15 trillion of your dollars and no one bats an eye. And then Elon Musk spends 44 billion of his own
Yep.
dollars, and it was that picture of that girl going, ah!
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Now I don't have
The
a
duality
Twitter,
of liberals.
but if Elon Musk took it,
So
I might have to get Twitter again.
I'm gonna have to look this up, but some kind of law is coming out, of course, right after doing this. About did you read into it at all, Alaric?
I did not.
There's a law, either a law or a bill or some bullshit that they're trying to come out with to basically help him from basically trying to do what he's trying to do. Basically,
Well, they
make it
say
free
that they want
speech as it should
free
be.
speech, but what they actually want is they want to be able to speak without oppression or without opposition. My bad. That's the
Yes.
word. Without opposition. They want to be able to say whatever they want about what they think. But they don't want people to be able to be like, I don't agree with that.
So this whole thing was part of Elon's plan. He expected them to reject his offer at first outright because it shows that they didn't care about the money for the platform. They cared about the political outreach, the power that comes from controlling Twitter.
Also, he got accused of breaking the law while buying the Twitter stock.
Elon Musk did?
Yeah, this is 3 weeks ago though. Before he
For
actually
what?
bought it, because he announced it. You're not really allowed to announce when you're doing that.
Oh.
So it's like not insider trading, but it was like, hey, everybody, I'm buying Twitter. And they're like, oh, well, if you're buying Twitter, I'm buying Twitter. And then it all immediately goes up,
Oh.
which pumps up the stock, which is very frowned upon.
And yet the stock still didn't go up. Twitter still was.
I guarantee
Wait,
it goes
how
up.
is that? How is that
It-
bad whenever politicians in Wall Street does that shit all the time?
Because they make the rules, Dylan.
No, it was a rhetorical question, Alaric. I know
I don't know
exactly
where-
You
why
made a
it's
retarded
bad.
question. Good job, Dylan.
I don't know where I saw this, but it was basically the liberal media trying to say that he's trying to do stupid shit. I'm dumb. Don't listen to me. But they were
Nobody
just like, I know, only 3 people. Thank you, Fatboy937. But basically, they were just angered because now they're not going to be able to push their agenda as much.
Like gasp.
I know.
Well, Musk even put out a tweet that said, like, I hope even my biggest critics stay on here because that's what, or something like that, because that's what
the
free speech
free
is.
speech is about.
Like, he wants his opposite side people on
Yes.
there. He also mentioned something about like he doesn't want to do the Twitter, like removing people from it,
Banning people.
banning people. Yeah, like he doesn't want like you to say like one thing that the Twitter doesn't agree with, and then you get permanently banned.
You mean free speech?
Yeah. But he did say that he was keeping in like the I saw something about he said like he was keeping in like the whole, like you have freedom of speech, but it's still gonna go by like what the Constitution says, like
Legal
like,
speech.
like you can't make threats, you can't do that kind of
Can't
stuff. It's like
dox people.
Yeah,
Even
you
though
can't just go
doxing
in
is technically legal, so it'll be interesting to see how he enforces that.
I mean, like, you can go on there and say, like, I think Elon Musk is the stupidest piece of shit I've ever seen, blah, blah, blah. But you can't go on there and be like, Elon Musk, I will find you and I will kill your family. It's like, you can't do that.
He'll be like, better luck next time.
He'll be like, here's my
I'm
address,
on
motherfucker.
Mars.
I don't have one, motherfucker.
Come
to the
I only have
factory
8
and find
kids.
Come to the factory and find me.
But I just think it's funny how, well, one, even look at us, how we're talking about it. This is a news story.
I love it.
It's a fucking app. Like, why is this more important than the real problems to people?
Speaking of a real problem,
Uh-oh.
did you know that 18 food processing plants have burned down in the last several months?
Mhm.
18 of them. Have you heard anything about it?
Of course not.
Oh, it's
Because
almost
I don't
like-
watch the news.
It's almost like okay, Clay, thank you.
Just letting you know.
But it's not trending either.
It's
That's
not
true.
trending until Tucker Carlson said something about it.
I did hear this then.
Oh, and then I'm
'Cause
sure
I do listen to Tucker Carlson.
What the? Pick a side, Clay.
Listen, I don't like physically go and watch the news. I listen to him talk on his little like segments. on
Because
YouTube.
he's got a nice voice.
No, because he kind of makes sense most of the time.
I just like his
No,
facial reactions.
he is one of the ones on the right side where I'm like, you are really, really far, like where he's almost as crazy as some of the libs on the left. He makes sense sometimes.
No.
But then there are some stories where he'll bring something in and I'll
Have
be
you
like, wow.
listened? Have you listened to Tucker?
Yeah.
He's normally on the side that is
He's
correct.
yeah,
No,
hate
I
to
said
say
I
that.
said he's had certain stories before where it's like they're really pushing, like they're like with all like the well perhaps this. And
okay.
I'm like,
Maybe the
Dylan-
whole sexy M&Ms thing was a little
the what? The what? What'd you say?
M&Ms? Sexy M&Ms. He said, "Why is the Mars company removing the sexiness from the green M&M?" And we're just like, "All right, you missed the ball on that
Oh my
one."
God.
Chill out. Chill out,
Get
Tucker.
Next, they're gonna remove the dick vein from the Snickers bar.
Ew.
What's funny? What's funny? Is
Oh
a-
my God.
What's funny
I'd
is
never
a
wanna eat
batch
one ever
of
again.
a batch.
Satisfied.
Are you satisfied?
Anyways,
You're not you when you're hungry.
What's funny is a fuck. A batch of Snickers actually went out without the dick vein in them, and I think Snopes had to do an article saying no, Snickers did not remove the in quotation marks dick vein from the Snickers bar.
I have never. Well, now it makes sense because I only deep throat my Snickers. So
I only like feeling Snickers on my tonsils.
I have never heard of a
It
dick
fits
vein.
perfectly. That's why the roof of my mouth has just been indented from years and years of Snicker eating.
Excuse me, I have a. Why
Snickers
do I get
eating. Snickers eating. Sorry, Dylan. Sorry, Dylan. I know that triggers you.
If we have to explain that one to you, you're
Snickers.
shelters.
SNICKERS.
Knickerbottoms on my Snickers.
Dylan, chill out. They're equal too.
Snickers or Three Musketeers? Did
All-
you know? Hold on, while
all
we're on
candy
while we're on
bars.
candy bar facts.
I'm gonna go to the store, buy every candy bar. I want to see how many of them have a dick vein.
Did you know that the Three Musketeers and the Milky Way have the wrong wrappers?
What?
When they were originally making the Three Musketeers and the Milky Way, they got the wrappers wrong when they made them.
So the Milky Way was going to be silver?
No.
Three
the Milky Way was
Musketeers.
supposed to be the Three
Chocolate,
Musketeers. Caramel,
Nougat.
nougat. Meanwhile, the Three Musketeers has nougat and chocolate. Why the fuck does it only have 2 things? Because they got the packaging wrong.
This is a truffle.
Oh!
This is a Truffle Shuffle exclusive.
I thought you meant
Not
like
exclusive.
I thought you just meant
Pretty
like that they mixed up the colors, like the Milky
That
Way
kinda
was
blows my
supposed to
mind.
be
Yes,
the silver.
Dylan, that is what they mixed up. No, they put the wrong wrappers on the original batch, and then people had already associated them with the names.
Can you imagine how crazy people would go if they were like, we switched them back today and didn't tell anybody?
It'd
You
be
go
like
buy
if
Three Musketeers and you're like,
It would be bigger than COVID.
do it.
the world would implode.
Is it Hershey's that makes it or Mars?
Mars.
Mars.
Well, now it makes sense though, because
Mars,
actually, when
if
you
you
think
are
about
listening, Mr. Mars, if you're listening right now, if you're
Pretty
one
sure
of our
he's
3
dead.
listeners, go right now and switch the packaging.
it, no, if you're one of our 3 listeners, fucking endorse us. What do you? We can give you advertising.
hold on. Switch them back. So the Three Musketeers is that, and then brand it Truffle Shuffle Podcast because there's 3 of us here.
They got a whatchamacallit. We can have a Truffle Shuffle bar.
We can
All
have
right.
a Truffle Shuffle.
Truffle
Truffle.
bar.
Truffle
the
Shuffle.
TSP bar.
It's got truffles in it.
Well,
Truffles are
it does
expensive.
make sense though, because
Like
a Three
me.
Musketeers is like, I don't know, when you put it in your mouth, it tastes more like
Oh,
the
God.
Milky Way.
Oh my god. And you know,
Is that what his name was?
What?
Is that what his name was?
Got him?
Mr. Milky Way?
I didn't get it. Oh. I was like, what is happening?
I mean, you already deep
It was
throat the
a-
Snickers.
It
so-
was a dick vein joke.
Yeah, why do I gag when I brush my teeth, but not when I deep throat my Snickers?
In the words of Jeff Dunham, because the toothbrush is bigger. I love that.
Oh gosh, that wasn't even a planned topic, but
So,
we learned
yeah.
something.
Back to freedom of speech.
Oh,
Did you guys know that the current administration has now revealed their
that's what it was.
government disinformation governance board,
Yep.
or like we would like to call it, the Ministry of Truth?
Directly after Elon.
Bot Twitter.
Saying-
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
That's what I was talking about. I was trying to find where it was at, but I couldn't. I didn't know how to put it into words. It wasn't a law.
You know what's funny
Just a
is the
task.
person they put in charge of it
Oh boy.
has been already called out for multiple times of literally spreading the wrong information on purpose. So,
So
war
wait.
is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength.
So they have like their own, what is it? They're making their own section for like fact checkers and stuff like that?
a government version of it. So, and guess what? Guess what department they're putting it under? Department of Homeland Security. Because nothing says fight terrorists like, we're going to make sure you guys have the correct ideas.
Well, it's like on Facebook whenever you see things that says like this information might be misleading. I saw a picture.
That can't be a real story.
What is it?
It is. I'm trying to figure out if I can say this or not.
If you send it to me, I can pull it up.
No, I'd rather not say it. It's a thing. Don't say nothing. I don't think the world's ready for it.
I can't see the top of it. What is it?
Don't
Alrighty.
read it.
Well, I mean, we'll just continue on.
Continue on.
But
Should we
yes.
talk about
I
it?
really hope that's not real.
It's real. Should we talk about it? I don't know. I don't think so.
Let's see where it goes first. Bring it up. next week.
2022 is not the year to bring up what I just looked up.
But yes.
But so like those where you see those things on Facebook that says like this could be like
Fact-checked.
misleading, fast checking, all that kind of stuff, fact checking. I saw it one time over a photo and then I clicked it out. So I was like, what's this photo? It was a picture of a flower and it was talking about never giving up hope. It was like an inspirational quote and
You
it said
should
this information
always-
could be misleading.
You should always give up hope.
it is misleading.
Lose
It's like,
it.
what the fuck do you have hope for?
Hope was gone after the first Death Star.
Wow. Oh, okay. So, me and Me and my girl were at breakfast the other day.
She has a name. Fleshlight.
I'm protecting her security.
Please be
So-
18.
So we're at breakfast the other day.
Oh boy.
And
At Taco Bell?
No, at Holly's.
Ooh.
Oh.
What?
Holly's
It's
in
hit and miss.
Miamisburg?
No, Holly's Home Cooking
West
here
Carroll-
in West Carrollton. Yeah.
Oh,
Over by Barron's Barbershop.
so good.
Yeah, it's yummy.
Not a sponsor.
Bet we could if we talked to him. Anyway,
Holly, hit us up.
so we're sitting in one of the booths, and in the booth behind us, I overhear this guy talking about. This is just with where we said like, what do you have hope for nowadays and all that. And it was this older guy. He had a veteran hat on. And he was talking with his wife, and he's like, they were just talking about the state of the country that it's in right now. And he's like, I just feel it's kind of sad to hear. He was just talking about how like he feel like he wasted his life because he was a veteran. I don't know in what war, obviously, but he was old, so it had to be something. It's probably either like I don't know, World War II or Korea.
Yeah.
Or no, not or maybe Korea or like Vietnam or
I've
something
talked
like
to
that.
a few people like that.
But I just overheard him. He's like, there's nothing worth fighting for in this country anymore.
Yep.
He's like, I just feel like I've wasted my life and all that. He's like the sacrifice that we made and stuff like that. And he's like, and now we're your enemies. And it's really sad.
And then
actually.
Dylan turns around and goes, "Thank you."
No, what the fuck? No, it was sad though because I'm like, he's got a point. He's just
It
like,
is.
he's like, and he said it used to be an honor to defend your country. He's like, now it's a laughing stock. He's like, well, there's nothing to defend anymore.
Yep.
Wow.
We are in soft times, or soft people, hard times.
Yeah, soft men make hard times.
I can't wait to get on the other side of this shit. But I'm not excited about those hard times because they're coming.
Well, now we have to switch ourselves. And on that note,
Just like everybody else in America. Switching themselves.
and now a word from our sponsor. This episode of Truffle Shuffle Podcast is brought to you by Truffle Shuffle Podcast. Oh, that's right. Your hearing is working just fine. Not only can you now hear our silky smooth voices, but you can also wear us. And everything in between. Head on over to TruffleShufflePodcastMerch.com. Yes, I know it's long, but it's worth it. TruffleShufflePodcastMerch.com. Be sure to check back frequently because we will be updating items, eventually, with our faces. The perfect gift for anyone, including scaring your grandma. TruffleShufflePodcastMerch.com.
Here it comes.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that was the
Yeah,
old
anymore.
one.
That was the old
Well,
one.
That was
Dylan,
the
do it
old
again.
Ed.
Give us a live edition. Here it comes.
Oh, yeah.
All
I was
right.
hoping he would go.
All right. If you guys recalled 30 minutes ago when Dylan's opening, talking about underage stuff.
What the
Speaking of which, Ohio
Speaking of
School
which.
Board president resigns after being busted in To Catch a Predator style YouTube sting.
Dylan, we actually brought you here today. Why don't you have a seat?
I'm Chris Hansen.
I'm Chris Hansen.
All right,
Anyways.
everybody, direct your eyes to your screen, or you can just listen. We'll explain what we're looking at, but we've got it pulled up here.
The real question is
It's like Goshen. That's not that far away. Or Goshen, Ohio.
that if that guy sat on a kid, the kid would disappear.
He's hiding in
Scroll
his belly.
scroll up so we can see the full, the headline.
Oh, full on. Ohio School Board president resigns after being busted in To Catch a Predator style YouTube sting.
All
Oh,
right,
there's a
what do we-
video of it?
I think that's just a picture.
No, it says there's a video.
Oh.
YouTube sting. So,
Why don't you find the video and we can watch
Grade
him?
tells the crew that he is 55 years old and believed the child to be 12 or
Ew.
13, something like that. He was repeatedly told during their online and phone exchange that the girl was 11.
Dylan's like, ooh,
Yikes.
13? Not on
Wait,
the
wait.
clock.
Why was if she was 11? Why would he think that saying, "Oh, I thought she was 13,"
Oh.
is gonna make it better?
I see.
She said she was 12. Oh, man. That's disgusting. You
He was
nasty
using
fuck.
Kick. Kick is known for shady shit like that. That's where you go to do
It
your
is.
shady shit.
Is that
Is that like
the messaging app?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because Kick has a reputation for being unable to handle the child exploitation that runs rampant on the app. Gary attempted to laugh off the situation and pretend that he just stopped at the Dollar General 3 hours from his home to
Dude,
buy Gatorade and gummy bears for the child. I am reading the article. Hold on. He claimed that she wanted to have a sexual encounter with him, but that he was not interested.
That's why he drove 3 hours for gummy bears and Gatorade.
That's the kicker right there.
That dude needs some post-nut clarity. You ever had some post-nut clarity where you're about to do something dumb and you're like,
You're like the Hulk coming back down. You're like, "Ah."
Even the next line, eventually the group confronts him directly about the messages that he was sending. Gray admitted he said that he wanted to cuddle, make out, and watch movies. He wanted Netflix and chill with an 11-year-old.
Oh, wait, is his name Gray?
Well, that's
Oh,
his
it's
last
I
name.
said Gary.
Gary, whatever it is.
John Gray. He was the school board president.
Ooh.
Where does
Not no more.
Where's Goshen? Look that up, Clay.
In Ohio.
No shit. Like where?
Where
in Ohio? Is it like
in
northern
Ohio?
Ohio?
It's around Ohio.
How is it around Ohio?
You're the guy
if it's
in front
Ohio?
of the
I
computer.
have things that are already on the screen. If I move it, it changes.
Wait, you mean Goshen? Oh, wait, there's a Goshen, Indiana, and there's a Goshen, Ohio.
I know there's a Goshen.
Well, this is an
Ohio.
Ohio
kind
school
of
board
close.
president, so
Goshen, Ohio. Oh, it's not far. It's just south of Loveland.
It's 3 hours away.
hey,
It's
No,
3 hours away.
it's 55
No, he
minutes.
It was
away.
our Dollar General.
he drove 3 hours away into Indiana.
Ew.
Ew.
Wait,
So Loveland-
So he went from Goshen, Ohio to Goshen, Indiana.
No, he went from southern Ohio to
Which is where
eastern
Goshen is.
Indiana.
Guys, Kyle lives in Loveland.
Know who else lives there now?
Kyle?
Our
Austin.
fourth member.
Did they move?
Yeah,
Ashton.
they moved.
Ah,
Moved a while ago.
We're never going to see them again.
Nope.
They hate us.
A moment of silence for Mr. Raines.
In the arms of
Do 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 do.
Oh no, it's the Taco Bell sponsor.
That's the wrong one. Shield your eyes.
Shield your eyes. Not a sponsor.
But all right, well, it's great to know that we have such good school
But
boards.
while
here in
we're
Ohio.
on the subject of
oh no,
underage crap, Tyra Banks has been announced an
Stop it.
executive producer
Stop
of Teen
it.
Drag series. Tyra
Why?
Banks,
What?
who was called out a little while ago for her wild amount of grooming tweets, always talking about wanting to eat that kid up. It was like, if that kid was here, I'd eat her up, that kind of shit. It was really gross. But Discovery Plus is now doing a 6-episode release of A Generation Drag, which
Gross.
Oh wait, it's
Honest-
a teenage drag show.
no shit.
I didn't see that at first.
Teen drag series.
Well, I didn't put it together. Teen drag. What the fuck is going on?
like
America.
I always thought Toddlers and Tiaras and those types of shows were a little gross, but this is specifically gross because it's just children and drag.
I hate it.
Yep.
Wait, what's that tweet down there say?
We are not doing enough to protect our queer youth. Fantastic.
Oh, righty.
Sounds kind of.
Wait, scroll down one more.
Oh my gosh.
Scroll down one more. This is a tweet that somebody put in response to it. It says, "Girl, not in 100,000,000 years. Wow. Would I turn my child over to Tyra after watching what she did to those models on ANTM?
Rip.
Glances slowly over at regarding Josh.
Don't know who that is.
I have no idea what that is.
Some person.
Degrassi? Was he from Degrassi?
No idea.
I think he was on that model thing.
America's Next Top Model.
Yeah, I think they were on it together, or he.
Oh,
whoever that
that's
was.
what ANTM is. America's
Yeah.
Next Top Model.
Did you never watch like the bad shit that she would do on there?
No.
There's just a whole bunch of compilations of just terrible Terrible things.
Yep. Okay.
This one's that tweet down there says, so RuPaul made Drag Race to spoof America's Next Top Model, and the success of Drag Race now prompts Tyra to do a drag race. Hello.
Okay, I will give him this. If you ever there's some pretty funny moments on that RuPaul's drag thing because
Clay is now revealing a
outrageous.
lot of things about himself.
I mean, just look up funny things.
But it's adults. This is a
yeah,
teenage
I
drag
agree.
show.
I agree. It should not.
That is
Because
that's
isn't
a hard
being
one.
a drag queen trying to be sexy and beautiful and all that shit?
Yes, it was supposed to be like
Why-
a burlesque show.
But teens, what is your definition of a teen? Is it from 13 to 18, or is it from 18, 19? What is? I don't know.
Anything with the word teen at the end of it, so you could go from 13 to 19.
So I
right?
wonder.
Gross.
I wonder if they use Dylan's thing. Well, if it's not on the clock, then it gets to come onto the series.
That's not how that goes.
I'm sorry, not it. Not it. I apologize. I meant they. Them.
Moving on.
All right. Well, while we're on this, it jumps me over to one of these other things. Did you hear about this? This was in Ohio. A professor who at a university who would not, or here we go. A professor at Shawnee State University in Ohio would not use his students' pronouns, and he won $400,000 in the settlement. Because he based it off of religious things. Like he said, he's like, I don't do the whole pronoun thing. He's like, I'm gonna call you by your name. And they're like, no, you have to call us by our pronouns. And he said, no, I don't. And then there ended up being a whole thing. I think they tried to get him for something. He countersued something like that. He won $400,000 in the settlement.
Good.
So it says
Gotcha,
Nicholas Merriweather will no longer be required to refer to his students at Shawnee State University in Ohio by their preferred pronouns. A small public university in Ohio agreed last week. Now, this was published on... Oh, it doesn't actually have the date on it. That's weird. So it just says... recent, though. It says that agreed last week to pay one of its professors $400,000 after it rebunked him for refusing to use a transgender student's preferred pronouns. Shawnee State University in Portsmouth, roughly 85 miles south of Columbus, warned Nicholas Merriweather, a philosophy professor, in 2018 about not using the pronouns. In response, Merriweather, who is a Christian, filed a federal lawsuit against the university that year, contending that officials violated his constitutional rights by compelling him to speak in a way that contradicts his religious beliefs. One thing led to another. He won the lawsuit. And all that. Why? I'm telling you, nothing bad happens until you force people to do something.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody can make their own choice, we wouldn't have any of this.
Yep.
It's never until you have a mandate or you start saying, no, you have to do this. And then all of a sudden you have to pay somebody almost $500,000 because you fucked up. He wasn't even being disrespectful to him. He just didn't want to call... What was it? He didn't even want to call... I don't know. It didn't say what they were identifying as. Basically, he called
potato shape.
He called his students by his name. And
By
he
their
almost... By what?
By their name.
What'd I say?
His.
Oh.
He said, "You're George. You're George. You're George." I don't want to be called George. No, you're George today.
He called the students by their name.
George, come here.
And then he almost lost his job for doing it.
So while you were doing that, I was planning on doing a selfless plug of all of our different social medias and stuff. And I went to our YouTube channel and I saw a notification. We have a notification. It says Chris Pratt. I am deeply offended. Please don't talk about my weight loss. Chris Pratt commented on our last video.
That's not real.
No, it's not actually
shit,
Chris
it's not
Pratt.
real.
But it's because
But holy shit, that's cool.
because the last video we talked about how
Chris
it's
Pratt lost all that weight.
and just how apparently it's offensive now to compliment someone.
Click on that. Let me make sure it
All right,
doesn't
pull
say
that
Alaric
up.
Wheeler on it. What we got here?
No, I put one said apologies. The audio was off my walkie-talkie clip.
Let's take a look at the.
Hold on,
Chris
wait.
Pratt,
But the next one, Tanner responded. He said he bought his small by mistake. He meant to get a medium.
Yes.
If it fits as long as I don't raise.
It fits as long as I don't raise my arms or breathe.
And Tanner, we apologize. We do not accept returns, so you will have to order another one. We are not. Try returning it to Walmart and see if they'll get you a medium.
You could also use our code anyways at checkout at TruffleShufflePodcastmerch.com. That's still going on. 10% off.
10 whole percent.
10 whole percent.
That's better than
off.
9.
And better than 8.
You mean to tell me that we can get one of these for $19.99 and not $20? Well, that is saving.
That's so much cheaper than $20.
Actually, our shirts are cheaper than that.
Oh, they are?
Oh, just one of them is.
Oh.
Just one of them. Anyways.
Hey, we have anyways shirts too.
Oh, yeah, we do. Anyways, buy our stuff. You know you want to.
Hypnotoad says buy off.
It's a good thing that we don't do this for actually trying to like go some. We do this for ourselves. Let's face it.
We enjoy talking,
This
and
is
we're
more
like,
en-
just record the talking.
This is
because
more
we're
entertaining
three
to
friends
us.
that we honestly don't get a lot of time together other than literally this. This is all the time we normally talk.
We get our weekends together now.
We had to actually make something happen so that we could all lock in one day.
Yep.
To do something. Otherwise,
It'll be, hey, what are you doing next week? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. We should hang out more. Yeah, we should hang out more.
Oh, it's been 6
Never
months.
seen again.
It's been 6 months.
He's been dead for 15 years. John Mulaney.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Now I don't know.
What you got for us?
This is very interesting. How in the hell has this not been on the news?
I don't know, Dylan. Tell us about it.
Man dies after setting himself on fire in front of the Supreme Court.
Yes.
And then it also says at the end of this, it says the incident came on a chaotic day in Washington, D.C., where earlier Friday, multiple people were shot on a busy street. You hear anything about this out of our nation's capital?
Nope.
This was published on April 23rd, 2022.
This
This was last week.
I was downstairs in the studio, and my wife works like 5 feet from the studio, okay? And I'm sitting there, and I saw an article that said, man dies after self-immolating in front of the Supreme Court for climate extreme and activism. And Haley goes, based. Set himself on fire. Based.
What does based mean?
Based in reality means like you're grounded. So when people say you're based, it means you're a grounded individual. It's like, wow, no more of this. So brave, so bold.
Oh, based. Well, here's what it says. So this was on April 23rd, and this is off of CBS. Says a man has died after setting himself on fire in front of the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. on Friday night. Metropolitan Police said Saturday. The court said to CBS News in a statement Friday that there were no other injuries and that there did not appear to be a public safety concern. Police identified the man as 50-year-old Wynn Bruce, Wynn. How would you say that name? Wynn Bruce of Boulder, Colorado, and said that he died of his injuries after being airlifted to a hospital following the incident.
Yeah, he set himself on fire.
At approximately 6:30 p.m., he went on to the plaza in front of the court building, set himself on fire, and the court did not offer any specifics on the person or what their motivation may have been.
Several years ago, the same thing happened in Egypt after the government broke. Mm-hmm. So there was a fruit vendor or something, didn't have all the paperwork he needed to be selling fruit, and the government came in, shut him down, destroyed his fruit cart, kind of like the in Avatar, how the cabbage guy his cart always gets destroyed. My cabbages. So he went,
I was thinking blue people.
He went to the state house and set himself on fire and died, and then the revolution started. So
Well, but I like is how this not what I like, but what I think is interesting is how it says the incident came on a chaotic day in Washington, D.C., where multiple people were shot on a busy street.
Yeah, it's D.C.
Yeah, but
DC's a shithole.
yeah, but you don't hear about any of
Well,
this.
yeah, they don't want you to know it's a shithole.
The suspect. Then it says the suspect died of a suspected self-inflicted gunshot wound, according to the officials. He set
15
himself on fire.
And then
Put it out with the bullets.
I've got you. Oh, we joke, but for real,
That's
maybe my AR will put him out.
also the other day was
Did
the
he hang out?
anniversary of the Waco incident.
Did he hang out with the Clintons?
Abolish the ATF. What?
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. How I was like, I had no idea that was a thing. It was never reported, or I mean, it was never like circulating, and
It
was
never
a
hit
thing.
the mainstream big letters headlines.
Of
Did he
course
do
not.
it inside the court?
Outside
No,
the
it was
building, right in
outside.
front of the building. It said in the courtyard.
Because I was looking up on here, and I guess there was a guy that even burned himself in front of the White House. Did you ever hear about that? In 2019?
Recently, or
2019. In 2019, the guy
No.
like set himself on fire.
In
front
front of Trump's White House.
There's pictures. I mean, it's not
I saw
brutal.
a video of I saw a video of this one.
This
Basically,
guy.
looked like a Human Torch.
whoa.
Yeah, I was in front of the White House. He did die, but he was just like,
I mean,
It's almost
what do you
like
have
if you
to-
set yourself on fire, you're going to
Yeah.
die.
My thing is like, I mean, do you think like might be a weird question, but do you think that they like take some sort of drug or something like that before they do it so that they don't feel as much pain?
It's possible, but they probably look at it most as a they want to become martyrs for their cause.
Yeah.
See, this guy was a climate extremist. He
Now, see, this article here didn't actually say what his motivations were.
where's it from?
CBS.
That's why.
I said it was a CBS news. Yeah.
Right. That's why. They didn't want people to be like, maybe this climate stuff is a little crazy. No, he said that the government was not doing enough with his tax dollars to
Fair.
stop
Fair.
the climate crisis.
hmm
So instead of waiting 100 years for a 2-degree increase in temperature, he went with 300 degrees in 2 seconds.
can you imagine? You're walking around. Hold on, you're walking around the Supreme Court. You're like, somebody bring in barbecue.
That's a crispy joke.
That shit was hot.
Straight fire, yo.
Talk about lit.
About being lit, dude. That's terrible. A man died.
He killed him on fire. He set himself on fire.
They started shooting. The fire is shooting at us.
It went out in a blaze of glory.
This guy is on fire.
This is terrible. This is why you come. The jokes, the comedy.
Scorched earth policies, baby.
Oh,
But the real thing about that though is
Oh,
just how
we're
it
done
was. Yeah, yeah. We got to announce whenever we're going back to real shit.
but really, we're going serious again.
But it just hit me how I was like, how did this not? How was there nobody got pissed off? Nobody talked about it. Nobody
It didn't support their narrative.
Well,
People are more
because they would look into climate control.
Well, my first thought would have been that it didn't make major headline news because it's Democrats in office. But I guess that one when the guy set himself on fire in front of Trump's White House also didn't really make headline news either.
anything that happens in DC, they don't want to talk about because they think that they want to keep that narrative of, oh, everything's fine, everything's fine.
Everything's perfect in
just
DC.
don't look around. Just don't look around.
Don't look at the walls we're building around our buildings. No, everything's fine.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, you can't see our buildings anymore, but we can see you.
So much
That
for
is
being
kinda
the
weird,
people's house.
How they're like, we're gonna put a gate around this just in case.
While also saying that we don't need walls.
Yeah. Stay in your own yard, Canada. I propose a wall for Canada,
Now,
but just for Canadian geese. Fuck those assholes. Those Cobra chickens are assholes. Okay.
the Cobra chickens?
Yeah, they got the Cobra, and then they look like a chicken. You never heard of Cobra chicken? They're assholes. My favorite thing in the world, I love geese because they're the funniest animals in the world. Why the fuck? This is more important
Wait,
than
regu-
anything we've
like
talked
the-
about today. Anything we've talked about today. If that motherfucker can fly, why do they walk across the street? Why?
Because they know.
No, because they're assholes. They're
'Cause
like,
they
I'm
know.
Canadian, and you can't kill me, bitch. What's up?
I did see somebody hit a Canadian goose the other day.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean,
You're like, eat tasty.
Does it
Canadian
really? There's
Eat
more
shit,
geese than
goose.
people.
goose." It is illegal to kill a Canadian goose because they are not.
But not in Canada.
Because they're native in Canada.
In Canada, you can
I
just shoot them.
explain.
That's stupid.
Yeah, they're dumb. They're
We
so
should
dumb.
be able to kill them here.
Did I ever tell my rubber band goose story on this show?
Better tell it now. You brought it up.
All right, we might have to finish out the show with this one unless Dylan has.
Do you
anything
need
else.
theme music for it?
I got
No.
one. I got one more.
Okay, let me tell my thing real quick. So I used to work at a store, and we used to get product with like fat, like big rubber bands.
Big fat ass.
So I worked at a hobby shop, and it had we get like balsa wood, and it had like big rubber bands around it.
A hobby
So
shop.
I would always keep rubber bands and shoot people with them because it's fun and they
Naturally.
hurt like a motherfucker. Like
Every
the
job.
big fat ones that come around broccoli.
Ooh.
Those ones. Yeah.
Oh, the blue
Yeah,
ones.
but they were bigger.
The blue bag.
But they're bigger. They're like normal size rubber band but that fat. Anyway, so I always keep them around my wrist, and I walked outside to take out some boxes, and the trash can or the dumpster was facing away from the door, but it was up against the wall.
That is not what you
So I
should
had
call
to
your
walk
girlfriend.
out and around the dumpster, open up the lid, throw all the stuff in, and then close it. And I turn around, and there's just a goose there. And I can't. And he just, I mean, he was protecting a nest. I could see the nest. The wife was laying on the
The
nest.
wife.
How do you
They're
know they were
monogamous.
married?
They're monogamous.
Your mom's
Look it up.
monogamous.
Geese will only mate with one. They will never find another. It's
That could have
monogamy.
been his whore.
Dude,
It's kind of crazy.
Don't you disrespect his whore
But
by
anyway,
calling it his
she's
wife.
sitting over there, old Karen, and then Steve, the goose, was standing there, and he was like gonna kill me. So I did what anybody would do without a weapon and grabbed the rubber band and smacked him in the face with it. But when the rubber band hit him, it hit him on the snout, like right above the beak, and he just fell over.
Oh!
I thought I killed him. I ran because I knew that America was coming down on me for this one. But so I run inside, close the door real
God
quick.
forbid we get on
Hold on.
child pedophiles, but the goose killers.
Yeah, the Cobra chickens gotta live. So I was like, "What is going on right now?" I ran back inside, closed the door, and somebody was in the back room. They're like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "I just had a fight with a goose, and I won." They're like, "What?" And I
Okay,
said, "Yeah, I'm
he's
gonna
got
make
it-
sure that this goose is still alive." I walked back outside, gone. She's gone. I don't know where the fuck they went, but he was on the ground for a good long while. And I walked around him to make sure he wasn't gonna wake up like frickin' Freddy and like come after me. Or
All right,
Michael
so
Myers.
I looked it up. Oop, my microphone came out.
He's got it.
Came out of the
Canadian
hole.
geese are monogamous and mate for life. If one of the pair dies, the surviving goose will mourn and may eventually find another mate.
May eventually.
However-
Canadian geese return to the same nesting sites every year.
However, if you scroll down, it says divorce in Canada geese.
The top article is divorce in Canadian geese.
This is why you guys come to Truffle Shuffle
Do
Podcast.
monogamous? Oh, wait, go back up. Do monogamous animals ever split up? Certainly, but a recent study on Canadian geese offers some new insight into why it happens among this particular species.
You guys, we just went
That
from talking
honky was
about the
too
government to goose divorce. Do they have a goose Supreme Court that they have to go and not a Supreme Court, but
I was going
court?
to say Supreme Court doesn't take care of divorce cases.
Did a goose poop in his bed? He hit me with its beak. He said he had other reasons for my throat.
Wow.
Based on analysis of 25 years of data.
We are paying people to figure out why geese get fucking divorced?
Even worse, we're paying people to figure out why Canadian geese.
In
They don't even live here.
They don't even go here.
About 15% of females and 18% of male geese in the study divorced during their lifetime. In 22 of 23 divorced couples with a partner that moved on to a new mate. They do not mate for life, you piece of shit.
Their old partners skipped a breeding year.
He said, "I'm
No,
a fucking.
Like,
I'm running around single."
The monogamous bird breakups are nothing new.
Say it. Wait. Eurasian blue tits.
Nice.
Mallard
Mallard
ducks
ducks
and European oyster catchers have all been known to call it quits. In the study, authors found that previous theories about bird divorce didn't quite explain their observations.
We're reading too far into this.
For example, research on barnacle geese suggests that divorce occurs when birds become separated after spending their winters apart in other locations.
So
See,
proof-
long-distance
proof-
relationships don't work.
So listen,
It's
going
pretty
back to
compelling
the story.
conclusion.
Going back to the story, a couple weeks later, I come outside and I hear honking, and I'm like kind of scarred because he was like, "Sup, sup, you can't go." And I look up, and on top of the building, a head pops over, and he goes, "Monk!" And I have never laughed so hard, and I now think it's the funniest thing that in my head, I know they're not the same geese. They probably don't live that long. I'm like, that motherfucker is sitting on the roof plotting my death. Anytime I go
He's like,
back
oh
to
yeah,
that
wait
place,
till that fucker comes out here.
I got a rubber band for him. He's got arms now. I'm just like walking around.
He's
Like,
been working out.
yeah,
I got
he's
a rubber band.
lifting with his wings. Just like,
All right. Well, moving on from geese. So, remember how last week, I believe it was last week, we talked about the Netflix drop?
yes. Yes.
Well, apparently there are more companies that are getting like that.
Get woke, go broke, baby.
Amazon stock plunges as growth slows.
So did Disney.
Everything is. It says Amazon stocks plummeted after the company reported on Thursday slowing growth and higher costs on its latest quarter and offered a disappointing revenue outlook. The tech giant said revenue grew 7% from the same period last year to $116.4 billion. Slightly beating analysis forecast, but slower than the 9% growth in the final months of last year.
Did you already say how much it plummeted?
Amazon reported a net loss of $3.8 billion.
So
It doesn't say how much their stocks plummeted.
So the stock plummeted on Thursday from
Oh!
2,900 to 2,500.
That's a big drop.
That's a big drop.
This one here says
big
the
drop.
company attributed the loss largely to a $7.6 billion loss from its investment in electric automaker Rivian Automotive.
Oh yeah,
Rivian's good.
It says Rivian
They were
into
going to make
which
the
Amazon
Amazon
led.
vehicles.
It says Rivian into which Amazon led a $700 million investment in 2019.
Yeah, they bought
Has seen-
100,000.
But it says Rivian has seen its stock plummet more than 75% since its blockbuster November 2020.
So Rivian was planning on making a all-electric truck that was more here. I can
It
look
actually
up.
looks really cool.
Yeah, it's a dope.
So
they have
Rivian
this-
right now has a all electric truck, and it's the only all electric truck besides the Ford Lightning in the Hummer.
Mm.
So I guess it's not the only one.
Wow.
So this sucker,
It's pretty cool.
What they did, they marketed it for people who wanted to do like camping and stuff. And if you look at this one right here,
Search Rivian
this
Amazon.
is like a
now.
compartment that goes underneath the truck. You can put like camping stoves and stuff in there. You can put all sorts of
What?
stuff in there.
It's
Like,
a cool thing.
They even had an attachment that they had like aftermarket for it,
Mhm.
where you could where it actually it pulls out and it turns into the stove and sink and stuff right there.
Oh, wow.
So search Rivian Amazon because they were going to make the Amazon vehicles and they were going to be all electric. And can you imagine how much Amazon spends on gas a year for the trucks? So this is what they were going to do.
So they
And I
Make a
believe they've
fully
already made a
electric
few of them.
Amazon
delivery
Amazon
truck.
had them contracted for 100,000 vehicles. And then,
Well, yeah, $700 million investment or
Yeah.
something like that. And then why did Rivian's stock plummet?
I don't know.
It just didn't work? Let's see.
We're learning while you guys are learning too. Dun, dun. Let's see here. Supply chain issues.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Just
Well, that-
like the rest of the world.
yep.
Okay.
everything.
Can't get anything.
Well, yes, I mean, I just thought that was interesting how it was like, well, first Netflix and now Amazon's going down. I think it's just
So they'll
I don't know,
only be able to
everything's
make
getting-
25,000 trucks this year as opposed to
100,000.
No, they weren't going to make it all now.
It was like a 4-year deal or something
Oh.
like that.
Yeah.
Because they got to employ all the electric.
Wait, so now's
charging
the
and
time to
everything.
buy Rivian stock. This is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice, but it would be a good idea. No, not financial advice.
Not financial advice.
Yeah, so
We get sued for not buying it.
it's going to be interesting to see what happens to these big companies that whenever they start getting involved in stuff that doesn't base their what's the word I'm looking for?
You know, the
Somebody help me
supply
out here.
chain
Help me out.
isn't just stuff from foreign countries. It's stuff in America,
too.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm
Nobody
talking
wants
about-
to work. This goes back to a couple podcasts ago.
Uh-oh.
Nobody wants to work.
No.
So we don't have anything.
But no, I was talking about how like how Netflix dropped because like they're getting involved in stuff that doesn't involve what Netflix does, and now Amazon is getting involved in stuff, but then they got the supply chain things as well.
I don't know if it's true, but
And Disney.
I saw something on iFunny, clearly the bastion of factual information.
Oh yes, that's all. It's all true.
It's becoming
But
hornier and hornier.
apparently the CEO of Disney came out and said that, yeah, we probably should not have gone woke. We went from
Here's your
we
sign.
thought people wanted this, and then we lost half of our audience in a single day at our parks.
Did you see the? If I remember correctly, I don't know if I hope I wasn't dreaming this. They did lose their taxes. Like,
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, that was
final
last
now.
week. That's what we talked
Mhm.
about last week.
But it wasn't final when we talked
Right.
about it. It was
Like
final
in
on
Florida,
this week. Yeah.
Yes.
the Florida thing. Yeah.
So now they can't make up their taxes and go, well, we'll
Yeah, but
pay
now-
like 5%. That sounds good.
Here's the issue that's going to come out too, from what I'm seeing, is that there's a lot of things that are saying that the cost is then going to be passed on to the Florida residents.
And the consumer.
Well, it always goes to the consumer, but now there's going to be like higher taxes for people who live in Orlando to cover that stuff. We'll see if that actually happens. I would hope not, because Disney's been dodging their taxes for so many years, and whatever.
That's just because when you have money, you can dodge your taxes.
But more on that as the story develops. Now, I have one final thing here involving rich people.
Naturally.
Yes, this is California. You ready for this?
Yep.
Family of California woman killed by teen in high-speed Lamborghini crash reaches an $18 million settlement. This was in 2000, it says Monique Munez was killed in February 17th, 2021 in a crash. She was making a left turn when her Lexus sedan was hit by a Lamborghini driven by the then 17-year-old son of multimillionaire businessman James Corey.
The James Corey?
I don't know who that
I
is.
don't fucking know
Yeah,
either.
it's Curry. Khuri.
Wait, it's Curry and not Corey?
I don't know. Monez.
Aspen? Is that
Munez.
Aspen?
She was 32. She died at the scene. But he was where was it? Here it is. The family of the California woman killed when a teenager ran through a red light at 100 miles an hour.
That's not running. That's zoom.
Crashed his Lamborghini into her vehicle. That family was awarded $18 million
kind of
after
Lamborghini?
everything went
What kind
down.
of Lamborghini was it?
It says a Lamborghini Urus.
Oh,
the
that's an
cheaper ones.
SUV. That's
A
a big
Lamborghini
car.
Urus?
Yeah, Urus.
Pull it up.
Lamborghini
Oh my
Urus.
god.
He was going 100 miles an hour and he was 17 years old.
Yeah, why does a kid have a fucking Lamborghini? Whatever.
Well, it says he's the 17-year-old son of multimillionaire businessman James Curry, or
That's
whoever that is.
Your problem.
So he just
Lamborghini Urus. It is the SUV with a Lamborghini engine,
Oh,
and they are beautiful, but they are big.
Are they?
I like it,
Are
but
they?
I don't.
They're big and
I
heavy.
don't like that.
I like it, but I don't. Like,
Hold on. Everybody stop.
let's look at the screen.
Dylan, you drive a Kia Soul. You went out and bought a Kia Soul.
I got the Kia Soul because it was affordable.
I don't know. Like,
But if I'm gonna buy a Lamborghini, it's not gonna be that.
That's
Buddy,
when you
you're
have
never gonna
every
buy a
other
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini, and
What?
you're like, that's when you have every other Lamborghini. You're like, I kind of just want to be comfortable, and like take the kids to work because it's a 4-door SUV. It's like the
Can
Land
you-
Rover of Lamborghini.
Alaric, can you look up who James Curry is?
oh my god.
So it's James and then Khuri.
That guy.
So look at the picture on
Wait.
the right.
Hold
That's probably the son.
Wait. Oh, okay. That's not the guy from the video. Is like, I'm in my garage with the most valuable thing I own. No, it's not the Lamborghini. It's my book collection.
Oh no,
Is that the guy?
I don't know.
no, that's not him.
Make the picture bigger.
No, that's not him for sure. That guy doesn't have kids. Come on, he's got books.
I was gonna say this guy had kids.
Well, yeah, his son
His
killed a
kid
woman.
his kid was probably his.
There's the
worst
Lamborghini
mistake.
Urus, upper right. Upper right.
That one.
That one. That's
Click,
it.
Click it.
I guarantee that's the Lamborghini
it.
Urus.
And that's the kid right there.
Rip. It was.
Looks like it. No,
That's-
he's fine.
I know, but I'm saying rip to the car.
Oh.
That shit ain't fixed. Yeah, click on Sun Lamborghini. See what it looks like after. Oh, fuck.
Oh wait.
What are you doing?
Hold up.
Go back.
Oh my.
Click on that picture.
Wait, is he dead too?
No. It said
He
it said
lived?
it said the woman died on the scene. That's probably not his car. That's probably
That's
hers.
Look, bottom.
Pull it up. Make it bigger.
Yeah, the car is really not that bad.
Wait,
The other car
How
bad.
fast was he going?
100.
And it only did that to his car, but it obliterated hers. That is a
go back to the other one. There was-
Lamborghini. That is a well-built machine.
There was
apparently.
another photo. Close out of this one. No, like close over the. Where is it? Or scroll. I don't know. Scroll down on the other side. What's that one down there at
Here
the
you go.
bottom?
Here's an aerial.
This one. Yeah. What's this? Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, let me just get on that. All right.
Yeah. There you go. Come on. Chop chop.
Nadav is Google.
There it is. So there's his on the left. It looks like.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then
That looks like a Lexus.
She had a
RX.
Lexus.
That's a RX 400.
it said she was in a Lexus. And
350.
it said where is it?
Wait a
She
second.
was making a left turn when her Lexus sedan was hit by a Lamborghini Urus driven by the 17-year-old. Yeah, he's
Wait,
going
how-
nearly 100 miles an hour.
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming he hit with the face of his car, and then swerved around, and the back end must have hit something else.
Yeah.
Yep. When you're going 100, you spin. But that family now has got $18 million settlement out of it. Still, I'm assuming that they would rather have their,
Yeah,
their
yeah,
family
their
member.
daughter.
But I was just like, wow. But also, what I'm curious to see is if it doesn't mention anything about, or at least not that I saw, it doesn't mention jail time or anything like that.
Okay, but think about what you just said. Who's his dad?
A millionaire.
Ta-da!
No jail time.
Exactly.
So when I'm going to tell this real quick, and then we'll have to end. But when I was younger, we went to Fort Lauderdale, and there was a brand new C6 Corvette. It was when the C6 Corvette came out, ZR1, like the supercar version of the Corvette, like $150,000 car. This guy's going as fast as possible down the beach, like whatever that street is called in Fort Lauderdale, with his shops and everything. Way too busy of a street to be doing it on, swerving in and out of cars. And then at one point he turns, and it looked like he was drifting into like another street. And I was a kid, so I was like, "Whoa, that's cool!" And then we heard like, we're like, he just crashed. That's not good. So we walk up on it. Come to find out, he went over a curb that's like 6 inches, and it was just insane. Destroyed the car. Almost hit people. In Fort Lauderdale, everything is really open because you're by the beach. It's
Yep.
always nice. And it was right at a bar. He hit a tree in front of like probably 200 people.
Jesus.
So come to find out, he's the owner. He is drunk,
Oh,
and on
there
top
it
of
is.
that, he is the son of the guy that owns the hotel that he crashed in.
We're not gonna press
Why am I
charges.
laughing at that?
And he never got any jail time.
Oh God.
We got
It-
summoned to go down there. We're like, we're not going to fucking Florida. We didn't even see it. We saw it. But
It does say.
I'm just kidding. For the lawyer listening right now, I never saw a thing.
It does say that the kid
Twas a
that
joke.
hit at the 100 miles an hour, it says that he was not arrested until days after the crash because he was in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's an interesting note to end on. Anything
Yeah.
else to wrap it up, folks, or do we just say see you next week?
Don't forget to like, subscribe.
And hit that bell notification.
Make sure you leave a comment. Tell us what you want to hear from us next week.
And Chris Pratt, if you're listening, congratulations on the weight loss.
Absolutely. You're looking
Yes.
fantastic. Fan-trim-tastic.
Just getting rid of beer. That's all it is.
Sorry about the divorce.
Crazy. Just getting rid of beer.
Welcome to the Truffle Shuffle Podcast.
I'm out.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Clay.
And I'm a dumbass.
Real opening? Money.
You serious? You serious?
Okay, why am I being attacked like this?
That's right, Alaric. You tell him. There's ramen on the pool table.
Oh yeah.
Quattro.